Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Angie Aki, the owner and founder of Moxie and Money, where female entrepreneurs come together to learn, grow, and thrive together. One of the things that we do within Moxie and Money is shine the light on amazing female entrepreneurs and amazing women in our community. So I am very proud today to bring Kristen Skinner to you all and our community, our Moxie and Money community. Kristen is a certified financial planner with Ameriprise Financial, and she and I met not too long ago, sometime last year, and totally hit it off. I feel like we're like friends, soulmates. And so we hit it off. I think we met for a short meeting, and 2.5 hours later, had to go because we had another meeting. So that's always good, right? Good
Yes,
thing.
absolutely. Of course.
Yeah.
Kindred
Yeah.
spirit.
So kindred spirit. I love it. So I wanted to bring Kristen and her expertise to you all today so that we could talk about something I'm very passionate about. And anyone that's heard me say anything knows that I encourage women to talk about money every single day in some capacity or another. Talk about money with your husband, with your girlfriend, with your spouse, with your best friend, with your kids. For the love of God, talk about money with your kids, right? But we really need to be having those conversations about money every single day. So that being said, Kristen, please take a minute and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you and how and why you are different as far as a certified financial planner, because you are exactly that. So help us understand why.
Thank you, Angie. And I appreciate you so much. Our relationship has certainly evolved over the last almost half a year to a year now. And it's incredible to see how much you've done for Moxie and Money. So thank you for having me. And for all those new faces, hi, everyone. My name is Kristen Skinner. I'm a certified financial planner. I have been in business for almost 9 years now. I work with individuals and families, business owners, to help plan for their future. A lot of what I do is interpretation and education. Finance is a complicated world. I told Angie our first meeting, it's its own language. And so a lot of times people are easily overwhelmed or they're easily taken aback on what they should or should not be doing. And unfortunately, everyone is expected to know what they're supposed to be doing, but it's not taught, right? For those of you who maybe have worked for corporations in the past and you've had issues with your 401k plan, how many times were you told to go to the HR department and they have no idea what they're supposed to be doing or how to be helping you? Or, for example, you go to buy your first house. Most people, the questions that they ask, they go back to their parents because they don't know how to buy a house. They don't know what credit is. They don't know what they should or should not be doing. So I think a lot of what makes me different in working with individuals is I truly seek to understand before being understood. So I want to hear what people want. I want to understand what they have to say and then help them understand and learn what this finance world is in terms and verbiage that makes sense to them. My primary objective is to get you where you want to go. So whether that is retirement, whether that is investing in real estate with Angie, whether that is funding kids' education, travel, anything that is important to you, are you on track to get there? Or what should you be doing now? What changes could you be making to help get there sooner?
You have a really good point too, because when people buy houses or look to for financial advice, sometimes they do go back to their parents.
Mhm.
And it's so ironic because so many of us grew up with, it's rude to talk about money, or you shouldn't talk about money, or money is the root of all evil, or money this, and not in a positive light. And money can do amazing things. I
Mhm.
mean, you have to be really careful about who you're getting advice, financial advice from. And
Mhm.
quite frankly, if they're not in the financial position you want to be in, then you probably don't want to be getting financial advice from them, or if they don't have a lot of certifications and education around it. So that may or may not be your parents, right? So if they're sitting in retirement and they don't have the retirement lifestyle that you want, maybe there is a different source of information that you could uncover. Um, and it's interesting because Kristen, I feel like every time we talk, even before we started recording this, Kristen and I were talking about something, and I'm like, wait, why didn't someone tell me this? And
Mhm.
that's always my question. I always get some information when we talk, and it's not like It's not like we meet and I'm digging for information. It's just conversation because
Yeah.
we talk about money. And,
Right.
even the simple, I'll use this example about what we were talking about. I have a self-directed IRA and a self-directed Roth IRA. And, we were talking about the fact that today, as of this recording, it's January 4th, 2024. So happy New Year, everyone. But you can still make contributions into your Roth and your IRA for 2023, right?
Up until the tax filing deadline.
Up until the tax filing deadline. So I thought I had missed the deadline, but I have not. And so the custodian of my my self-directed 401k, self-directed Roth, I'm like, wait, why did they not tell me that? Why does it always seem like December 31st is the deadline? And that, quite frankly, could be something I made up in my head or not, because, right, you think the year end, like you have to get it done by year end, but you don't. So unless you're having conversations or sitting in the room, and so much of Moxie and Money and what we do is building a community and sitting in the room with the right people and tapping into other resources, people that are educated and knowledgeable. It's all about leverage in a very positive way. And so
Absolutely.
thank you for sharing that, because now I have homework to do and something to do. And I can make a contribution for 2023, which is something I wanted to do. And then, oh my gosh,
Like,
Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year, life,
yeah.
all the things, right? Which happens. So thank you for that.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I always tell people, listen, you have to give yourself grace, and you don't know what you don't know. What's happened in the past is in the past, but you are in control of your future, both personally, financially, professionally. Any decision that you make, you are in the driver's seat. So you can't look back and say, woulda, coulda, shoulda. I meet with clients of all different calibers. So I meet with individuals who are in their 30s and 40s who say, what should I be doing now to position myself for retirement in the future? I meet with people in their 50s and 60s and say, have I even saved enough? Can I afford to retire? What does that picture look like? And then I look at people, I work with clients in their 70s and 80s who say, they're still ultra conservative. And I say, listen, you're going to leave a legacy. What is that legacy? What do you want that to be? Do you want it to be charitably inclined? Do you have children or grandchildren or other family members you want to ensure to take care of? There's so many different pieces and layers to financial life, and it changes over time. That's why it's so important to understand and recognize that you don't know what you don't know. And some people just don't have the same level of knowledge and expertise, and that's okay. I have some people come to me sometimes, and an analogy I use very often is when you get sick, right? And you get really sick, you can nurse yourself back to health. You can go on Google, you can search on WebMD, be careful what you find. You can drink your orange juice, take your vitamins, take over the counter, and you might get better in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You might have that lingering cough for 6 months, or you could just go to the doctor, get a prescription, a Z-Pack, whatever it is, right? In 4 or 5 days, you start to feel better and you're back on your feet. It's the same when it comes to finances, right? You can figure it out on your own if you want to do all of that research. You want to figure out what are the best vehicles to use to save for retirement. What are the best vehicles to save money on taxes, right? I think we all can agree that with the position that the United States is in right now and the deficit rising, taxes are most likely going to increase in the future. So what are we doing to mitigate that? I always tell clients that I want to keep as much money in your pocket as possible. If I'm saving you money, I'm making you money at the same time. So we want to make sure it's not only about just the investments. It's not only about the stock market. It's about what other strategies could you be implementing to better your situation to get where you want to be.
Yeah, it's not what you make, it's what you keep, right? Like, I love that. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
And where you go.
Yeah, and where you want to go, right? And I love the legacy component of it, because I think most of us, especially as female entrepreneurs, we want to leave a legacy. A lot of us started this for our family and or to leave a legacy, but there are many different components to leaving a legacy. Part of that is financial, and part of your legacy are the lives that you touch and the lives that you change. So there's so much that goes into this, and we do talk about money a lot at Moxie and Money. I mean, it's in the name. right? So we talk about money a lot, but there's so much to your legacy, and there's so much more. So, your net worth does not equate to your net income. You as a person. So it's very so, and it's tough sometimes because we do talk so much about money, but you also have to realize that your income is not tied to your net worth or your worth as a person.
Yes.
And but leaving a legacy, and you can do so much good with money. And I saw this somewhere. It was like nothing bad happens when women have more money. And then when you look at the stats and you do the research, you see that when women get money, what happens, and I'm a huge believer of the ripple effect. That's actually my word for the year, is ripple. Because when women get money, what happens is we put money into our families. We pour money into our communities. So we historically are much more philanthropic with our money, even though historically we make less. So we're putting money back into the community. So it's when we have more money, good things happen. So we want to make sure that you who are watching this, you as a female entrepreneur or a woman in business, you have the most money you can possibly have, whether that's through tax savings, investments, real estate investing, affiliate income, whatever it is. We want to make sure you have the greatest capacity to receive the abundance of money that is coming your way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
there's a lot of anxiety when it comes to money.
mm-hmm.
A lot of what keeps when I meet with people, it's like, well, you have these goals and aspirations, but at the same token, what keeps you up at night?
Mm-hmm.
What are you afraid of? Let's address that. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's focus on getting over that hurdle, whatever it may be. Or what point do you need to get to where you're going to stop worrying about that? I mean, I have some clients that I work with that have a whole heck of a lot of money that they don't necessarily need, but they're still anxious about it. Right. And then vice versa. I have clients that don't have a lot of money and just, they make the decisions that they do financially. Each person is independent. Each person has their own story. Each person has their own path, and each person needs their own financial plan. And I'm not just saying that because it's my job. I'm saying it because I'm passionate about it. I don't care if you work with me or somebody else, but every single person should work with somebody that they like and trust and thinks they know what they're doing to make sure that they're making the right decisions for their future. It's just, you need a primary care physician, you need a CPA or accountant, you need a financial advisor. Like, that's just part of being successful, and it's part of the investing in yourself as well.
Yeah, it is. And investing in yourself and personal growth is something I am very passionate about. I know you are very passionate about. It's something that is critical to get where you want to go. And it can be scary to invest in yourself.
And don't do that, right? We are the cheerleaders, the supporters, the coaches, the therapists for everyone else. But then when we look in the mirror, we have a hard time taking care of ourselves. Mm-hmm. We have a hard time giving back to ourselves. Yep. When you take care of yourself financially, then you can give more, right? It's not, you're not going to be successful if you deplete and you're always running on 5 or 10% battery.
Yeah, it's the same with your business, right? If you're looking at your business, you can't scale and help more people, whatever that looks like, whatever that value that you bring to your community and your niches. You can't do that without bringing more income in and scaling, because there's only one of you. So you have to leverage. So on that note, I know we try to keep these short. Just as an intro, is there anything else you want to add in closing, Kristen?
Invest in yourself. Take the time. Write down your goals. You're 50% more likely to achieve your goals if they're written down, whatever they may be. This is the beginning of a great year. 2024 is going to be phenomenal. Write down your personal goals, your professional goals, your financial goals, wherever you want to get. And I hope you all make it there.
Yes, absolutely. And if you'd like to connect more with Kristen, we'll make sure her contact information is below this video. And Kristen will be with us at the February in-person Moxie and Money event on February 27th. So please make sure you join us for that. And thank you so much for your time, Kristen. Thank you everyone for tuning in.
Thank you.
Thank you.